Welcome back to the program, where this episode taking a look at another classic American lager, Pabst Blue Ribbon, otherwise simply known as PBR. This here is an American lager coming in at, I believe it's 4.7, 4.8% alcohol by volume, under 5. This one here, it says established in Milwaukee, 1844, one of America's older lagers. It's got a little reading on the back, but basically it says in 1893, this was named America's Best Beer, being awarded a blue ribbon. Up until then, it was known as Best Select and then Pabst Select. I don't know when between 1844 and by the time it changed its name to Pabst Blue Ribbon in 1893, when it went from Best Select to Pabst Select, and then eventually PBR, which is the only thing we know it as today. Now, PBR actually has a few other offerings. I had the PBR coffee, a year or a couple years ago. I don't even know if that's still even available. And I want to say maybe they had a couple different types of the hard coffee. I wrote a couple of things down. They have one called Pabst Extra. It's a 6.5% alcohol by volume lager. I've seen that in the supermarket, the stores. I've never picked it up. And Pabst Easy, and that's 3.8% alcohol by volume. I've never seen Pabst Easy. I have no idea, anything about that. So they have like a higher ABV lager. They have their lighter ABV lager. Then they have their Pabst non-alcoholic beer, which pretty much everybody has these days. I've never had any of those really. This one here is one I do pick it up from time to time, especially if I'm out at a restaurant and they have PBR on tap. I'm probably going to just grab a PBR. I hate paying a high price of like IPAs and things like that at the when I go out to eat or something like that. But if they have PBR on there, typically this is what I will get. It's usually fairly well priced on tap, and I enjoy it. This is great to have with a meal when I'm having a burger or a steak or some ribs or some wings or something like that. I can drink this, easy drinking, and I think I may have reviewed this on the channel years ago, but I'm going to go back. I picked up a 6-pack of this, or actually a 12-pack for like $10, and I figured I'd go ahead and review one. So the can, you see the blue ribbon there. I don't think they've changed their their logo, their can art up much over the decades, honestly. There's some different variations of it, but for the most part it's pretty much the same. The red, white, and blue. It just screams Americana, really. So I'm gonna crack it open, get a pour on it, and this is a 12-ounce can, and give it a drink and talk a little bit about it. And I'm sure you guys have had this out there. I'm sure most of the people that watch my channel, most of the other beer tube, beer reviewers out there, I'm sure you've had PBR before. Share your thoughts of it down in the comments if you would. Just a very clear golden lager. There again, lots of fisheye, dish soapy bubble. Head starting to dissipate. It's not going to be around too long, but we had probably over a finger of it on the original pour. But it does have it's got a creamy frothiness in the middle of the head, but like I said, it's not going to hang around with this too long. As far as the nose, exactly what you would expect on something like this. Just get a little of that corn, sweet corniness. But that's what it is. It's kind of straightforward lager. A little bit of a bready doughiness. Yeah, sweet, corny, bready doughiness to it. Maybe a little bit of pungent lemoniness to it. But outside of that, pretty straightforward lager. So let's get a drink on it. Thinner bodied mouthfeel. Nice carbonation. Just some dancing on the tongue there. Slight bittery finish, but very low. But for an American adjunct lager, it's got good bitterness for this type of beer. There's no doubt you get that that corn maltiness coming through. It's got a little bit of a raw breadiness to it. Overall, it's actually really good for this type of beer. And again, this is one of my go-tos if I'm in the mood for just an American lager, a cheap American lager. This is probably what I'll pick up over any Bud Light or Coors Light or Miller Light or something like that. I'm going to definitely go lean this way. Actually, Yingling is actually my go-to lager if I'm actually picking up one. But this is right up there. There's just certain times I'm in the mood for old school PBR. Anyhow, if I was scoring this against all the other, American lagers out there, this would clock in at easily a 3.5 comparing to the other one, 3.5, maybe even a 3.75, depending on the mood I was in that day. Definitely a summertime crusher, lawnmower type of beer. And anyhow, what do you think about this beer? Drop a comment down there. Let me know. Check me out on social media. Thanks for watching.